Rise!
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Body Bags. I'm MikeyFish Horror, and I'm your Friday host. Yeah, dudes, today we're going to be talking about a movie that I enjoy quite a bit. Sorry, I just spoiled the ending. Yeah, I enjoy it. And that movie is Red State. I don't know if anyone's done this one or not. I didn't really look into it, but sorry if you did. I'm doing it now. This is Red State right here. Yeah, dude. Let me tell you about Red State real quick. So Red State is about three kids. They're high school kids, and they get invited to like do a three-way with this woman on the internet. So they're all excited about it. They live in a small town, you can really tell. And what's going around this town is, you know, like the word around the town right now is this church is like, you know, super against like gay culture and whatnot, and they're basically like doing like protests and stuff. They're just jerks, you know what I mean? And I'm guessing it's kind of like playing off the Westboro Baptist Church. I'm not sure though. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. And these kids end up going to this woman's house, the three of them. And turns out this woman was tricking them, and she's part of that church, and they get kidnapped. And so now they're in this church, and yeah, they had to get their way out, and then yeah, a bunch of weird shit happens. So we'll talk about that first part. That first part is fantastic. It starts off really funny. The three characters are great. It has Michael Engarban. I don't know how to say his name. He's from like, you know, Lords of Dogtown, Sky High, and actually one of the other friends that plays Billy Ray, which is like my favorite other friends. His name Nicholas Braun. Yeah, tall fucking dude. He has like a mullet in it. It's so fucking sick. But they were both in Sky High together. Nicholas Braun was the guy that was like would glow in the dark, and Michael was the main character. And then another guy that I've seen a lot. And anyway, so they go up here, they get kidnapped, and they get taken to this church. And at this church, it's just a bunch of fucking weirdos. And the leader of that church is Michael Parks, and he fucking knocks it out of the park. There's this giant monologue that he does, and it's freaking fantastic. It's the longest monologue in the world. Not really, but it's super long. And man, it's just like, it's so engaging. Like, he's just so good at it. He's just, how he does it, he just, super engaging. And I could see why he would have like a following of people, you know what I mean? Did such a good job. Apparently they wanted more dialogue than what they already had, but people were complaining about how long it was, so they cut it a little bit short. Still really long though. But yeah, that scene is freaking terrifying. It's so scary. So they end up kidnapping these kids. They're starting to kill people, and then out of nowhere, the second half of the story happens, and now John Goodman is introduced in the movie, and he does a fantastic job as well, man. And he's like the head of police, you know. He's one of the big dogs, you know what I mean? He's in charge of this case. They go out, you know, to get this church because I think they have like something about like guns and stuff, you know. They have illegal guns and stuff like that at this church. So then the cops get there, and then fucking it turns into an action movie out of nowhere. And a lot of people have a problem with that because it is very jarring, you know. It goes from one to the other real quick. But me, I fucking loved it. I was like into it. I was like super stoked. And yeah, it just turns out in this big ass shootout between the cops and the church people, and it's fucking nuts, man. It just goes all out, man. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but yeah, my thoughts on this film. This movie was awesome, man. It's just, the acting was fantastic, and I loved the characters, like all the characters in it. Can't think of one that I didn't enjoy, man. Even the side people that weren't like big parts, just the people that were like in the church and stuff, did a really good job. The cop, one of the cops dies early in the film. He was from, sorry about that spoil, but he was from like Breaking Bad, which I didn't really watch Breaking Bad, but I did see him, and I don't know, something about that guy's voice. It's like very like airy and scratchy, and I just like him. He did a really good job. Everyone did a good job in this movie. Like, and this movie gets a lot of mixed reviews. I think it's just because, well, one, who made it, you know, Kevin Smith is like a super, like, people, you know how people are with Kevin Smith. It's either they love him or they hate him. It's just how it is. I tend to like him for the most part. So, you know, I love all of his other movies. You know, I like, fucking Dogma, Mallrats, and all that stuff. Yeah, I dig all that shit. I even like Tusk. Like, that was a good movie. I like this one better, or more. Yeah, dude, this movie, though, like, everyone did such a good job in this film. I can't stress that enough. I love the filming. It's super, it's low budget. It is low budget, but I still enjoyed it. I like my low budget flicks. It's not like his other films. It's not going to be like Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. Nothing like that. Speaking of, I get told I look like Jay all the time. I don't look like him. I just wear beanies and have long hair. But anyways, who cares? Fuck that. Yeah, dude, there's not much to say about it. It's a really well done film. Definitely worth checking out. I love the ending to this movie. A lot of people hated the ending. I fucking loved it. I thought it was hilarious. So good. Check this movie out if you haven't already. If you just look at that and you think it's just going to be straight up an action flick, it is for a lot of the movie, but it definitely has its horror elements in it, and it's very dark and gritty. Definitely worth checking out. Watch Red State. Don't miss out on it. I love this movie. If I had to rate Red State, that rhymed. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, man. I really am, because I've watched it so many times that I never get tired of it. But like I said, I could see where people would have a problem with it. You know what I mean? But I don't have a problem with it at all. Definitely worth checking out. Definitely one of my favorite I almost said Kevin Smith movies. Check it out, man. Red State. Yeah, dudes. Anyways, I'm MikeyFish. I'll see you next Friday, guys. Later, dudes.